Hey everybody, this is Kalen with Corner Culture, Thoughts Off the Mainstream. Today I want to talk to you about student loans and the Biden administration, and particularly Joe Biden as well. Starting with this little video here from a guy. The channel is called Healthy Gamer GG. Check him out. I just subscribed. Checked a lot of the videos on here are great, particularly this video.
So the problem with the millennial generation is that we were sold a formula for success that did not work. So when I was growing up, they all said, go to college, get a degree, go to graduate school, you'll be special. And then with this thing behind you, don't worry about student debt, by the way. With all this stuff behind you, you're going to be successful. But what had happened is everyone had sort of figured out, at least in the US, that everyone's going to college.
Everyone started going to college. And the government printed money, gave just billions and billions of dollars to the higher education industrial complex to pump kids through as fast as possible, as cheaply as possible. That money came from nowhere. Nobody worked for that money. Students who were completely unaware of what they were getting themselves into were sold a bag of lies. Got a degree in an education through an institution that no longer teaches anybody to think and instead teaches them to be robots. At the same time, those institutions were completely taken over by the leftist mob, the woke leftist mob. How do I know this? I worked in higher education for almost 10 years. Complete woke garbage everywhere, all the time. Nothing but DEI training, racial sensitivity training everywhere. In 2019, by 2019, everybody had their pronouns in their emails, and anyone who didn't was outcasted without saying it. And so they were sold a complete lie, and they were saddled with debt,
And everyone's taken out loans. And 18-year-olds don't understand the value of a dollar.
Not
so
a
we're
clue.
just going to keep on jacking up loans and education prices and loans and education prices. And they even passed legislation in the United States that you cannot declare bankruptcy and get rid of your student loan.
Joe Biden did that. Joe Biden did that. Let me say that one more time. Joe Biden did that.
Corporate malfeasance, you ran your bank into the ground,
No problem.
you can declare bankruptcy.
Yep.
Commercial real estate, you can wipe that debt clean, baby.
No problem.
Let's go. You can wipe all the debt clean you want, except for student loans.
Except student loans. So it's the biggest scam ever perpetrated on a young generation. Sell them, train them to believe that they have to go to college in order to succeed. That's a lie. Saddle them with student debt that they have no idea what that debt means. They have no idea what the value of that debt means in terms of their financial future. Huge scam. Then make it impossible for them to get rid of that debt in the event of financial dire straits. It is the biggest crime committed against a young generation in the history of America.
That's the one thing we're going to saddle you with no matter what. And so this generation, my generation, got screwed. So the problem with the
Got completely screwed. I am a millennial. I'm an elder millennial. I was born in '83. I'm 40 years old right now. I've got over $50,000 worth of student debt and a degree that is essentially worthless as far as actually getting me to work within the realm that it is, which is economics. I am looking. I'm going to hopefully soon be working with a Bitcoin mining company. It's an energy / Bitcoin mining company. But my degree has nothing to do with that whatsoever. What will help me get that job, or has helped me get that job, is mining crypto. And also study that I have done on my own. I have studied IT and networking on my own. I have bought some courses, some courses through third parties that have helped me train and learn a lot of the fundamentals of IT. Customer service, troubleshooting, etc., computer hardware, databases, managing IP addresses, DHCPs, all that kind of stuff. A great wealth of knowledge. I didn't learn any of that in college. None of that whatsoever. In fact, what I learned in college is almost worthless. I learned a few things in college that were very helpful. Number one is how to actually do research, which has led me to come to the conclusion that all of my leftist preconceptions growing up were false, because I learned how to actually look at evidence directly. Direct primary evidence, not secondary, not tertiary, primary evidence. That's what I learned how to do in college, so there was that benefit. And number two, I saw how crappy it is. I saw how absolutely garbage and worthless the higher education institutions of today are. I went to college in early 2000s in Boise State University. I was 18 years old. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. I was into music back then, and that was the only thing I knew that I wanted to do. I did not have a fully developed brain. Men do not have fully developed brains until they're in their early mid-20s. And I was taking on student debt at the age of 18 to pursue music. What? Ridiculous. And then later I did get a music degree, but I got it at a trade school, a private trade school. I was only there for a year and a half. And in that 1.5 years at a private trade school, I completely changed as a musician. I'm a drummer. I went in there thinking that I knew what I was doing as a drummer. I had been drumming since 11 years old, and I went there when I was 28. So I had been drumming for, how long is that? 17 years? 17 years I had been drumming. And I had drummed in middle school for 3 years. I drummed in high school 4 years. I drummed in college 2-ish years. And then I drummed on my own after that, all the way up until the age of 28. 17 years in total. In 1.5 years at a private trade school in music, completely transformed my ability on the instrument and my understanding of the instrument and my understanding of music. Completely changed it. And I'm really grateful for that experience. Like I said in another video, I met people all over the world. I learned about cultures and languages and musics from all over the world. Incredible experience. And I studied with some LA cats, some like name LA cats, which was a really, really awesome experience. The other thing is that, I lost my train of thought here. I went home on a vacation. This is a little side note here. I went home on a vacation one time. I hadn't even finished the program yet. I think I was 2/3 through the program, or maybe 5/6 through the program. It was a 6-quarter system, a 6-quarter program. I went home to Boise, and I went to an open mic jam with some old musician friends of mine. And I got up and jammed, played some blues stuff, played some rock stuff, played some country stuff. I don't remember exactly. And then I got done, and I went and sat down with them at the table, and they were all silent and staring at me, and they were speechless. They were like, "Kalen, I don't even know who you are. The way you were drumming, the way you sounded, the time, the sound, the control, the sensitivity, the blending." They were like, "I don't even recognize you at all as a musician." These were all guys that I'd played with many, many times in many different genres and many different bands. They didn't even know who I was as a drummer. That wasn't even a full year and a half yet. And then I went and played on a cruise ship for 2 years, and that completely transformed my drumming even further. I got a real, on the education front when it comes to music, I got a real actual training in a private trade school environment. The public or higher ed institution, garbage, complete and total garbage. Unless you go to a Berkeley or University of Texas is legit. There are some programs out there, but they're name programs and everybody knows who they are, and there's a handful of them. You go to Nobody State University, your playing is not going to be transformed. Like, it's just not, unless you get lucky and land with just the right teacher who knows exactly what to do, and you're not and you're open to it. So anyway, after the music trade school, after I got off the cruise ship, came back, and I was land-based again, I decided, I got to go to college. I bought into the scam. Oh, you got to go to college. You got to get a grad degree, blah, 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 blah. So I got into, at first I was doing electrical engineering. Boy, you can't do electrical engineering school and work full-time. That was a stupid thing that I tried to do. And so I went to Pasadena City College. I went to Oregon State University, and then I went to Arizona State University. I saw 3 different colleges from 2015 all the way to 2019 and 2020. A total garbage. And what finally did it for me, what finally made me just go, "That's it, I'm out," was an accounting class at Arizona State University. The first week of the class, And by the way, this was one of those classes where it was like in the mid semester, so they crammed 16 weeks worth of curriculum into 8 weeks, and it might have actually been 6. So it's an intense class. It's an insanely intense class, and I knew it was going to be. And I was working full time. And what was the first week? DEI, and racial sensitivity. Accounting, for an accounting class. That was it for me. I was like, that's it. I'm done. This institution is complete garbage, and I'm out. And now I'm saddled with over $50,000 worth of student loan debt that Joe Biden has made impossible for me to ever get rid of, unless I either die or pay it off. And that's it. I can't declare bankruptcy. If I'm in financial dire straits, I can't erase that debt in the same way that, as this guy explained, as a banker, as a real estate or a business owner, can erase debt through the process of bankruptcy, which only costs a few $1,000s, by the way. Can't do that. Joe Biden did that. So this is my take when it comes to Joe Biden and the Biden administration. You had better do whatever the hell is necessary to erase student loan debt. And I'm not just saying that because I am saddled with debt. I took on that debt, and I have a responsibility to pay it off. But the reality is it was a scam, and I was scammed into it, and everybody like me and in my generation were scammed into it too. We were sold a lie by the left. They lied to us, and they need to fess up to that. They need to own this lie. Joe Biden, the administration, and the leftists need to come out and say, you know what? Y'all were sold a lie. Y'all were scammed into this. They need to come clean on this. And then they need to do whatever it takes to get it done. So working with the Republicans, abolish the Fed. Massive reductions in federal spending. Privatize the post office. I don't care what Joe Biden and the Democratic and the Joe Biden administration, they better get this done, and they had better to give the Republicans whatever the F they want to get it done. Otherwise, like the pitchforks are coming out. In 2024, the pitchforks are coming out. Whoever's coming in then, like that had better be an issue. Like they had better just say, you got scammed. We're gonna make it right. We're gonna make it right. So now, don't get me wrong. I'm very much on the side of personal responsibility. If you take on a bunch of debt, like you're responsible for that debt. But we do have a bankruptcy process, and there is a reason for the bankruptcy process, and there is good use for it. From time to time, in the right scenarios. This is one of those scenarios. This is one of them. And like I said, it's one thing to take on the debt and you know what you're getting into, and it's another thing to take on the debt and everyone around you that is selling you this debt is being honest and is telling you the truth, and you are a well-informed buyer. That's not what happened here. That's not what happened with an entire generation of people that are saddled with copious amounts of student debt. They were lied to. They were scammed. They were scammed by the left and the intelligentsia that permeates the left. So that's my official position. Thanks to Healthy Gamer GG for clearing this up in my mind, because this is actually kind of something that I had been struggling with. On the one hand, personal responsibility. Yeah, I get it, and I agree with that. Like if you take on debt, you got to pay it off. But on the other hand, no, we were lied to. We were lied to, and I'm pissed off. And so the Biden administration, you better fix this. Like you had better fix this and make it right. And if you don't, well, and he won't. He won't. The Dems won't. I know they won't. But that's hey, this is my quick rant for the week. I've decided. Again, I'm Kalen with Corner Culture, Thoughts Off the Mainstream. Check out my store, kosatoshi.shop. Up until August 21st, you can get 10% off the store. Anything and everything off the store. Use the code COSAT821. That's COSAT 821. 10% off. We got free shipping. We got the Jade Blockstream hardware wallet on there for $69.99, which is cheaper than you can get it on the Blockstream website itself. So order through my store. You'll get it for super cheap. All right, that's it for me. Take care. Have a good weekend, y'all.